Hello everybody, so finally getting to do my own brew wine. Here's the instructions. Not that you need to read them now. I do though. It's split into sections, so we'll be covering probably in about 3 videos. Preparation, which I've already done. Mixing, fermentation, stopping fermentation, clearing the wine, racking the wine, and my favourite part, tasting the wine. So I've got a good track record with this. Let me just turn, sorry English Woodsman, 1 minute, I'm just turning down. Just watching English Woodsman. He's one of the wild campers that I watched. I watch lots of them, but English Woodsman's pretty good one, down to earth, and you can see by his 40,000 subscribers that a lot of people like him. So, alright buddy. So yeah, wine. I'm going to post these. The odds of you guys doing exactly the same wine is probably rare, but just so that you can, if you want to, click on the instructions and read them along with me. In the description I will put a link so that you can actually download these. What I'll do is I'll scan the full sheet. I'll scan the full sheet so that you can download it if you want it on your phone or on your PC, and I'll also download all them sections that I said so you can do each one as I do it. Probably be about 3 videos this, but yeah, I'll do that. I'll see if I can put up here as well just a link where you can click on, but let's crack on. So yeah, apologies to the gentleman before Christmas who free-cycled all this stuff, all the demijohns, all the winemaking kits, all the airlocks, all the yeast. He'll recognise his box though. Wine and beer making stuff, it's called. So inside that, there's all sorts of winemaking kits. There's yeast, there's bottle caps, there's siphons, there's stuff. See, they're corks, not even been opened. There's loads of stuff like this. Large siphon, small siphon. So there you go. And someone free cycled that to me. I wouldn't have gone out and bought this stuff, but because I was just browsing on free cycle and saw it, me and Lorraine went and got it. Really nice gentleman. So I said, you know what, I'll drop you a couple of bottles off when I do it. And my intention was to do this for Christmas, but I didn't. Obviously, it's like almost March now. So I'm starting it tonight. I've been using me. You'll know if you watch my videos. I've been using my fridge behind the bar and done homebrew successfully, may I add. I was very nervous about that. So yeah, I'm getting onto this now. In this barrel is where I'm going to ferment the wine. This is the same one that I did for my lager, same one that I did for my American IPA. So yeah, it's just been, I won't put my hands inside and get anything out. It's all been everything I need, siphon, funnel, the airlock, it's all in there, and it's all been fermented. It's not been fermented, it's all been sanitized with chlorine, and it's ready to go. So it's a pack wine, but it's a little bit different. There is, I think there's 5 or 6 of these, and if you have a look at the preparation video that I did probably before New Year, there's stabilizer, there is chitosan, glycerol, and yeast and nutrient. So I'll see when I'm putting with the instructions. Normally what I'll do is I'll get a wine, it costs about £20 for probably about 20 bottles to be honest, but then that takes about 6 kilos of sugar, which is a lot. It's like 3 bags of sugar, maybe 4 bags of sugar. But the beauty of this is all this is 100% concert, and it looks red but it's not, concentrated grape juice. So it's just grape juice. Inside this is the natural sugars, so all that sugar that you normally put in, the 6 or 8 kilos of sugar, it's all within this. So you add 0 sugar to this. So this was a bit more expensive, but I wanted to try this way, want to see if I can still make it as good, because my wine that I have been making is pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't drink wine hardly ever, but I do drink my own wine when I brew it. So we're ready to go. I'll put the instructions up there just so that you can read it for preparation, but I can read it to you anyway. In order to achieve good results, it's important that the fermentation container and all implements are thoroughly cleaned. This can be done with sodium metaboxylate dissolved in water. Rinse thoroughly 2 or 3 times with clean water. Never use soap, sulfur or any other type of detergent or disinfectant for cleaning. This may impair the quality of the finished product. My job's an hygiene manager, so if I can't clean the bloody kit, then nobody can. But that's me through and through anyway. I just wouldn't do anything without cleaning it properly. So that's preparation, that's already been done. It's already clean behind me, ready to rumble. So mixing, we're going to go on to now. This is probably the most you've seen me wearing my specs in any one of my videos. Pour the concentrate into the fermentation container. So let's open this up. So that'll need topping up now, but what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of water in this and give it a shake, make sure I get everything out of that. So that's point A, point B done. Point C, pour the contents of sachet number 1 direct into the fermentation container and shake. Sachet number 1 is wine, yeast and nutrient, 7 to 10 day wine. So I'm going to have all these bottles of wine in 10 days. 10 days from now will be a school night, so I'll be dying to drink this. It's going to be 2 weeks, 13 days before we can drink it. So there you go, that's how it goes in. And now I'm just going to give that a shake, put the lid on. It smells sweet. It doesn't smell like grapes. It's kind of halfway in between when I start making my beer and I suppose a sweetness. I wouldn't call it grapes though. So the next stage, point D, pour 16 to 17 litres of water with a temperature of 25 degrees, use a thermometer obviously, into the fermentation container and shake well. Point E, I'll go down the house and do that and then bring it back. Point E, fix the bung and airlock, which must remain on during the entire processing period. I'll come back to that bit. So now I'm boiling the kettle a few times. I'm going to get this to 25 degrees and then come back to you. Hi everybody, so let me just lift this up. So the original grape juice that I put in this was 5 litres, and then it asks you to top up with either 16 or 17 litres. So that's 21, 22 litres of wine it's going to be, but it's not wine yet. So I'll fill this up to probably about 19 litres. I've got another 5 litres in here. I just wanted to show you this. So you had to make the temperature in here about 25 degrees. So I boiled the kettle once and I filled this demijohn probably 90% full. Put boiling water on top with this funnel, give it a shake, and then I probed it. So I've got a probe here that I use for my own brew. Just turn it on and it's 18.6, 18.7. So that's the one that I use. So I'll put this one in and then show you what temperature it is, and then I'll just have to top it up. So it might actually be enough in this. I'm sure you guys know the rule, because Australia's, your mum and dad must have told you when you was growing up, Australia's down under, that's why they call it that. So because of gravity, if you want to empty these demijohns quickly, you spin them anti-clockwise and you'll see how quick it empties. See how much is in there now. So we got 22 in there now, we don't need any more. Just put the lid on, give it a shake. And I'm hoping, if I've done my measurements correctly, I'm hoping that's going to be about 25 degrees. If it's not, it's not. I can either put some hot or some cold water in. But let's have a look, shall we? I'll put this little video on the side of the screen while I'm actually doing it. And let's see what temperature it is. .6. Wonder if I can put a torch on there, a light. There we go. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. 24.4, 24.6, so 24 and a half, and I was aiming for 25. Not just a pretty face, am I? .5 degrees, and there's 22 litres in there. That's about bang on. So what I'm going to do now, it needs moving into my fermentation cabinet, but what I'm going to do now is put a little bit of that water that I've got left in this, and this is the airlock. So the only thing I've got to do with this, I can turn the torch off. The only thing I've got to do with this is make sure that internal funnel, make sure the water doesn't go above that. It can't go above that because it'll just pour out the bottom. So there's about right. And then what I do is place the top on and just let it sit there. If you click it down, it'll kind of create a lock. You don't want that. You want it so it's just loose like this. And then where the seal is, just put it in. Make sure it's tight. And pushing that down, it's like it'll create a seal. Make sure this is loose. So all you're aiming to do with this is just pop it in. And as this starts to ferment, the pressure in here will get more when it releases the gas, and it'll come out of here. What this does is stops the bacteria from getting inside. So I'll just click that down. I've already done it. Ready to rumble. Point E. Fix the bung and earler, which must remain on during the entire processing period. Now leave the fermentation container in a warm place at a constant temperature of 23 to 25 degrees. So 24.5 was spot on what I got with that water. Fermentation usually starts within a few hours. Okay. So what I'm going to do at this stage now is put that barrel into my fermentation cabinet. If you've watched my homebrew lager video, you'll see what I mean. If you haven't watched my homebrew lager video, why not? If you go and have a look at that, but I'll explain it on this anyway. I've got a normal under the counter fridge and one of these. That's called an Inkbird. So what this does, it's basically a thermostat. I'll show you quickly. I don't know how close I can get to you guys to show you. So you can see there. So I set the parameters on this. So I set it at an optimum temperature 23 to 25. I'll set this optimum 24. If it goes below 23 or 22.5, I'll set it to alarm. If it goes above 26, 25.5, I'll set it to alarm. So if I'm sitting in here, or if I'm coming in, as soon as I open the door, if it's alarming, I'll know something's wrong. The other part of this, well, there's another two parts. So you can see the two sockets, one says heating, one says cooling. You're probably getting the gist of this now. And then there's a probe. There's the probe. So you can put these inside if you want, but I don't, there's no need to that. I'll tape it on the outside. So on the outside will be the probe taped. I'll have the fridge, and I've also got a heater, a little bar heater that goes inside the fridge. So if this temperature gets too low, it'll turn the fridge off and turn the heater on. If it gets too warm, it'll turn the heater off and turn the fridge on, so we keep it at a constant temperature. When I used to make home brew before I started doing it again, it used to be in my kitchen, but I just know through the, especially over winter, through the night it was getting cold in my kitchen, and it was only when we got up in the morning and put the heater on, or if it was set to come on, that it to get back to temperature. But the beauty of this is it's in a fridge. You close the door and it's a constant temperature inside that, so it gives the perfect atmosphere, the perfect temperature to brew your wine or beer or lager or whatever it is that you do at the optimum temperature. So that's what I'll be doing with this. I'm going to put it round there now and plug this ink birding. Just putting it in the fermentation chiller. This is where you hear my old man noise. You'll still hear the noise even though you can't see me. Lift it over the bar. It better be worth it after this. So it's in the fridge, all hunky-dory. It's all plugged in, the heater, the fridge, the thermostat, the probes taped to the side of the wine. That's it. I'll shake it every day, shake it all about, and let's see how it works out.